Trade Minister Don Farrell. He joins me after senior ministers have met with their Singaporean counterparts. It's just wrapped up, your talks along with Penny Wong and the Defence Minister Richard Marles. How important is Singapore in that trade sense for Australia?
Thanks, Kieran. Well, they're one of our key allies in the region, not only in the trade sense, but also in a defence sense. This year, we celebrate 20 years of a free trade agreement with Singapore. We recently signed some new agreements with them, both in terms of the green economy and the digital economy. Okay. So today's discussion was really about how do we translate words on a piece of paper for an agreement to actual results and getting some benefits for both of our countries to improve our prosperity and our future growth prospects.
And often there's a crossover, isn't there, between, say, the trade and that security component. I know the Deputy Prime Minister, Mr Marles, often refers to Singapore because it's so crucial as a supplier of our liquid fuels.
Well, they're a key supplier of that. And of course, what we'd like to do as part of our decarbonisation process and our move to net zero by 2050 is supply those critical minerals and those rare earths to Singapore so they can move with us in terms of that transition. They'll be great supporters in that process. Just as they've been in supplying energy to us in the past. You
were in Vietnam recently, and more broadly the region, a lot of discussions with Singapore today. Is it still that important to have a regional diversification of our trade markets, given the thaw that is underway in our trade relations with our biggest trading partner being China? Things are getting back on an even keel. Is that diversification still important?
Look, it is, and I think it's actually more important than ever, Kieran, because we never want to find ourselves in a situation where we're so totally reliant on one market. We can do two things here. We can stabilise our relationship with China. We can get back to selling all of those products that we used to sell, like wine, like barley, cotton, you name it, all of those products. But we can also diversify to our region. I saw in Vietnam, I saw in the Philippines, and today in my discussions with Singapore, lots and lots of opportunities where we can build that trade diversification relationship and benefit both of our countries.